always tell me that it's too late to start a YouTube channel and that's the reason why they're not starting one. What I find so funny about that is when I started my channel in November 2020, people were also telling me that it was too late to start a YouTube channel and that's why they weren't starting one. I could have very easily listened to those people and my life would look very, very different now if I didn't start my YouTube channel when I did. And what I'm here to tell you is that if anything, it's become an even better time to start a YouTube channel than it used to be back in the day. So if you are considering starting a YouTube channel, I really need you to watch this entire video because it's going to give you the push that you need to take that leap. And honestly, starting my YouTube channel was the best decision that I've ever made. So if I can help you make a similar decision, I'm going to do so. Let's get to the video. So before we dive into the topic of YouTube and why you need to start your YouTube channel, I want to share a really useful resource with you, which is going to really help you on your journey. And that resource is Epidemic Sound. Now, they are the sponsor of today's video, and I'm really excited to tell you a bit about their platform because it's going to help any current or future creators really level up their content online. Here's how. Music is such an important part of storytelling. It's such an important part of all of the content that you create. And Epidemic Sound allows you to get access to a huge library of music and sound effects and use that music and use those sound effects in your social media content without worrying about it being taken down or your videos being muted, right? And these songs and sound effects that I'm referring to can literally be used across all of your social media platforms, not just YouTube, but also Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, podcasts, TikTok, the lot. So let's dive into Epidemic Sound so I can show you how easy it is to find the right kind of music for your social media content. So this is the homepage. I usually like to head to the Browse tab. So this is where you can browse loads of different songs and sound effects by genre, by mood, by themes, by album, and then this tab here is for specific types of sound effects. Now, I usually like to head to the genre tab because I just always like the same genre. And I usually like to head to R&B and soul, sometimes hip hop. I think today I'm gonna go to hip hop. And here you're gonna get a list of songs for you to use. And they order it based on a few different things. So by default, they'll order it based on the newest songs, but you can also change it based on the most popular. And it gives you the option to change it based on some other filters as well, such as tempo, track length, etc. What's really cool about Epidemic Sound is that once you've clicked on a genre, there's actually so many other ways for you to find new music. It's not just like, oh, I wanna hear a hip hop sound and that's it. You can actually filter it even more. For example, if I wanted a hip hop song, but I wanted a hip hop song that was happy, I could click on moods and it's gonna give me the option to select happy as another filter in addition to loads of other moods as well, which when you're creating video content is super, super useful because majority of the time you wanna use music and sound to try and boost or further a storyline or a story that you're telling. So it's not enough for you just to know the genre of music that you want. You also wanna make sure that the mood of your music is matching your story as well, right? There's also loads of other options as well. For example, you can pick a subgenre, duration, BPM, vocals, etc. So if you're watching this and you're not actually a video creator or a content creator and you actually want to get access to music and sounds for commercial purposes, they do have a license for that, so you don't need to worry. I currently have the personal plan license, but if you were to use music or sounds for commercial purposes, you could just get the commercial plan. Epidemic Sound has a catalogue of 35,000 tracks and over 90,000 sound effects. The variety is wild. Whatever you need, you will be able to find using Epidemic Sound. Also, new tracks are added to the catalogue every single week. And if you ever find a track that is almost perfect but not quite right, you can click on it, scroll down, and Epidemic Sound will share a bunch of different tracks which are similar to that one, just to make sure that you're able to find the perfect track for your needs. So if you feel like checking out Epidemic Sound, I recommend heading to the link in my description, clicking it and getting a 30-day free trial. Also, if you want to use my code JADE50, you can actually get 50% off the annual personal plan. Thank me later. So reason number one for starting your YouTube channel now, today, within the next hour, as soon as you possibly can. So the main reason, in my opinion, is the quality of the audience that you could build on YouTube. And I mean that for any size YouTube channel. I'm not just talking about big YouTube channels. I'm talking about you having a YouTube channel that has 500 subscribers. The quality and the connection that you have with those 500 subscribers versus the connection that you have with 500 followers on another channel is immensely different, right? So in a world where short form video content is on the rise, things like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, like TikTok, short form video content is consistently rising and becoming more popular. Yet, despite all of this, long-form video content on YouTube has remained incredibly popular and still one of the most popular forms of content for people to consume. To prove my point, it's actually been reported that people spend on average 27.9 hours per month watching YouTube content, right? That is more than a day a month we spend just watching YouTubers. Like what we're doing right now, you watching me, this is contributing to that day. I hope I'm not freaking you out because I want you to continue watching this video, but the point that I'm trying to make is that people will spend a lot of their life watching YouTubers and engaging with YouTube creators, right? Which means that as creators on YouTube, we have this incredible ability to form such a strong connection with our audience to the point where we feel like we know them and they know us. And that is unrivaled across other social networking platforms. Now, this is great for a few different reasons. One reason is because I feel like if you're trying to become a content creator, it is because you're trying to build an audience and a community. So the fact alone that you have a deeper connection with your audience is already a huge reason to want to start a YouTube channel, right? Because that's what we all want, right? But in addition to that, it opens the doors to so many more opportunities. For example, YouTubers can charge a lot more for brand deals than TikTokers or Instagrammers can. And the reason why is because of the connection that they have with their audience, right? So because we're able to engage our audience for long periods of time, it means that when we do work with a brand to promote their products or services, we are actually able to talk about that brand for a good few minutes while still retaining the attention of our audience, right? But not only that, when you feel like you know a creator and you have a good bond with them, you are a lot more likely to trust their recommendations and actually take action as a result of you seeing a sponsored post from them, right? Like, you guys know that I only work with brands who I truly believe in and whose products I actually use. Therefore, when I promote a brand or a service on my channel, the brand ends up getting a really great result from it because you guys are a lot more likely to trust my recommendations versus if we don't have that kind of relationship or that kind of connection, right? So that's one of the reasons why YouTubers are actually able to charge a lot more money for brand deals. That and the fact that it actually takes a lot more time and effort to create our content on this platform than it does on other platforms like TikTok or Instagram. Another reason for you to start your YouTube channel is because their partner program on YouTube is so much better than almost every other social media partner program. Like, for starters, most other social media platforms don't have a partner program. They have creator funds. And creator funds are different in the sense that creator funds are just one pot of money that is distributed to their creators, which means the more creators you have, the less money all the creators get, right? Because it's capped. There's like a limited amount. So that's how creator funds work. YouTube's partner program is completely different, right? How YouTube's partner program works is that the creators who create all the YouTube video content actually split the money that YouTube earns from adverts, right? So brands who choose to advertise on YouTube, and a lot of brands do because it's a really great platform to advertise on, they will pay a certain amount of money to actually place their ads in between or around a creator's video. So instead of YouTube being really selfish and being like, cool, we're gonna take all of that money because it's our platform and we're gonna take all the money that we earn from ads. Instead, they decided a while ago that they were going to split that money with their creators. And what that means is that creators can actually earn a decent income from YouTube. Now, don't get me wrong, I never recommend that YouTubers only focus on their YouTube income as their main source of income because it fluctuates so much, but it does give you the opportunity to earn a decent amount of money from your YouTube channel, and you can earn a lot more money from this program than you can from other kind of creator funds or other social networking platforms. So the partner program is great, and it actually makes you feel like, you know, Google or YouTube, because YouTube is owned by Google, actually care a bit about you as a creator because they're actually sharing money with you. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like YouTube will never really go away, because they reward their creators so much in that sense that it actually makes it a lot harder for creators to leave. The next reason to start your YouTube channel is because of this lovely little word called evergreen. Evergreen content. Evergreen content is essentially content which lives on for a long time without you having to do much to it, right? And YouTube is one of the best platforms when it comes to evergreen content. The shelf life of your YouTube content can be years. Like this video that I'm filming right now, this could continue to get views for years and years to come. If this topic is still being discussed and if people are still trying to understand YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, then my content will continue to receive views and my audience will grow as a result of it for years to come without me having to do anything to this video. Like, I am sitting here, I'm producing it now. It's gonna take a lot of work up front, but once this video is uploaded, I technically do not need to do anything to it. it just lives on forever and ever. For example, I remember when I was first starting out in like the online entrepreneur space and I was creating my first website using Shopify. So I went onto YouTube, obviously, to Google some Shopify tutorials, and I found this one video from this guy who had racked up millions of views sharing his Shopify tutorial. It was like one of the highest ranked videos to watch. And later on in life, when I realized how YouTube worked, I went back to try and find that video and I did a bit of digging, and this video and this creator lives rent-free in my mind, I swear to God. This creator only had one video, and that was the Shopify tutorial video. The video had millions of views and it was over an hour long, right? This creator was monetized, which means that it's very likely this creator earned a lot of money from that video being played so many times over the year. But not only that, this creator had an affiliate link for Shopify in the description, which means that even though this creator had only uploaded one YouTube video in its time, they were probably making thousands of pounds a month from that one YouTube video that they uploaded years ago. They probably uploaded that video and then packed up, and now they're living on a beach in Fiji somewhere, just earning money from that video because it was uploaded onto an evergreen social media platform. And people will still be searching Shopify tutorial because Shopify is still a very successful big website, right? Which means that that video will continue to make money and continue to get views for years and years to come. That one video that he made years ago will continue to generate money for him way into the future, because that is the beauty of evergreen content. Also, your ability to get discovered on YouTube, and by discovered I don't mean like scouted to be in like the next big movie. What I mean is your ability for people to find your channel and your content is a lot higher because YouTube is backed by Google's search engine optimization, which means that people could go onto Google to type in a keyword and your YouTube video could appear. So you're getting exposure to billions of people who aren't even on YouTube. Like it's not even just people who are using YouTube who will find your YouTube videos. And that is incredible and also unrivaled across any other social networking platform. Reason number 4, YouTube content is the perfect type of content for repurposing. So let's say, yeah, you want to start your YouTube channel, but you also have an Instagram or a TikTok or a Pinterest, and you're thinking, how am I going to keep up with all of these? Well, I'm actually here to tell you that creating YouTube videos will probably make it easier for you to keep up with all of this other content. And the reason why is because the content which you create for a YouTube video is usually longer, it's usually a bit more planned and a bit more well thought out, which means that there are far more opportunities for you to repurpose this content to be shared on short form platforms like Instagram or TikTok. For example, you could do simple things like quite literally repurpose your videos into vertical videos to share on those platforms. But even if you don't want to do that, you can use all of the notes that you wrote down to prep for your YouTube videos to actually create other content. And that's what I do the most. So all of my content across all my channels starts with my YouTube content. So this video will be repurposed into TikToks, into Instagram posts, it will be repurposed into an email newsletter, because I spent so much time researching and prepping for this video that it could just be distributed into different content formats and it will work across those different channels. So actually, creating a YouTube channel can make your other content even better. The final reason is longevity. Do not believe the hype. YouTube is not going anywhere. YouTube is one of the oldest social networking platforms, yet it is somehow still the most popular. It has the most monthly active users. It has 2.65 billion, around that number, monthly active users, which is a lot more than Instagram's 2 billion and TikTok's 1 billion, right? It is also not showing any signs of slowing in growth. And the reason for that is that long form video content will always have a place in the social media world. There will always be a need for people to sit down and watch a good old landscape video, what lasts 20 minutes on YouTube. That will always remain. But also, YouTube rewards their creators, which means that they do not have to worry about losing their top talent to other social networking platforms, because their partner program is so lucrative that their top talent aren't going to want to go anywhere because they make a good amount of money from their YouTube content. All of this to say that you don't have to worry about you investing loads of time and energy into YouTube and then in a year's time, YouTube not being a popular platform anymore. I really cannot see that happening. And if it does, you can call me out on it. Feel free to rip me in the comments, but I cannot see that happening in the future. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found it useful. If you feel like hanging around, I recommend watching this video. It's all about my top tips for reaching 4,000 watch hours on YouTube. So it is a must watch for anyone who's a newbie or anyone who's trying to get monetized. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.